Hello everyone, Felipe here. Today we'll be talking about how to identify trends. I have a few suggestions for you. The first one is to look for industry reports and market research. So we've been talking a lot about these, so AbsWorld, Euromonitor, and others. But also consider to look for McKinsey reports, BCG reports, Deloitte reports. They are usually free and very deep for specific industries. So I highly recommend that. For the second suggestion, I always go for business associations, trade shows, conference fairs, because there are several stakeholders that are interested on that. So usually lawyers, usually clients, they enroll to these associations and they expect them to create a good environment, to create good practices, and also to report about the industry. So if you're working with fashion, just ask business association in fashion in the US. If you're working with pet shops, in this association for pet shops, and so on. Online magazines can be also good to understand more what customers are thinking, researching. Some blogs can give you a good idea as well about how the market's evolving. And finally, Google Trends. So this is a tool that Google provides that you can see how popular are some keywords that people are searching on Google. So we'll go over a little bit of these sources now. To do this, I'll be using Perplexity AI. So this is similar to ChatGPT and very similar to use Google. You can create a free account and basically you can click here and ask anything you want. I already have some questions here. I was just showing you the interface when you log in, but I just started asking here about the next trends for fashion in the United States, right? So let's get this case. And then if you scroll down, you see all these suggested sources and a more specific answer with these small numbers in the end. And this small number is from where it's getting the reference. So if you click it, it will open. So here it's a magazine like Vogue, and it's talking about 10 menswear street style trends. So interesting, it can be a good starting point. But if you want to go more direct to the point, you can always look in the top about the sources and see if there are any reports that you really want to see. For example, here I have AbsWorld, I also have Statista in here, I have Grandview Research and McKinsey, all very good sources. So let me open, for example, AbsWorld. And yeah, that's about the industry that I want to explore. So you can use Control F or Command F if you're in a Mac and research using keywords, right? So I'm searching about trends here, and here is going more direct to the point. So here's talking about potential locations, that's interesting, about segments that were affected by COVID. So it's some overview. A lot of information is not available because this is a paid report, but there's a starting point that I can use here. But anyways, let's move forward and see other sources. So as I mentioned, McKinsey is also a great source, and they produce this report about the state of fashion every year. And it's a very big report, complete with graphs and everything. But you can also download the full report, as you can see, 120 pages. Um, just add your email there and you can have it. Of course, they're already pre-downloaded here. So here's talk about the state of fashion. There's a lot of information as you can imagine. And it's nice because as consultants, they always summarize the key insights and everything. So this will be very handy talking about consumer shifts and a lot of interesting things. There's another report here. Recommend to go always to the table of contents, see if there's something interesting. So here's talk more about global aspects of the economy. Here about consumer shifts, then fashion systems, talking about AI and fast fashion and several other topics that are very relevant for the client. We also have other magazines here. So another suggestion that I gave it was about business associations, right? So you can just ask that. So um, here, what are the reports from trade shows, conference, etc. And it gave me here a few other sources, 10 sources. So let's enter in this one just to check, and it's already open here actually. So this is the United States Fashion Industry Association. And if you look here in the menus, they have reports that you can take a look. And they will have information like here, graphs and showing trends. So very interesting as well, and probably will give you several good insights. And finally, I want to talk about Google Trends. So for the fashion industry, I'm choosing here the United States, the past 5 years, and the apparel industry, and web research. And I'm researching for the terms blazer, suit, shirt, polo, and jacket. And this is the kind of graph showing the popularity of each term along these 5 years. It's something already caught my attention, and I hope yours as well. It's how the yellow and the purple uh, lines are interacting here. So here we have shirt in yellow and purple is jacket. And there's a lot of seasonality for these items, especially jacket. So we can see that over the years, people buy a lot of shirts or research a lot about shirts. And more to the end of the year, November, December, they search more about jackets, and these happen every single year. So that's super interesting. And the other terms are kind of more stable. So also really interesting insights for your client, which items are probably more stable, which items will have more seasonality, so you can take advantage of that. You can also look for regions where people look for more the terms. So, for example, in Washington, people are searching more about jackets and so on. If you want, you can dive in the region by clicking on it or in a term. So here, Nike Blazer Jumbo. So here we can see that there's a very high peak and it was more popular here. And the main regions that are searching about that term. So that might be interesting depending on the product to know which regions research more, specifically if you're trying to go to a specific state or location. That's all for today. Hope you like it. Hope it was helpful.